Hey, it's Poshe. Thanks for stopping by, and thank you if this is your first time on my channel. So I'll be talking about men that don't love. So men that are not very loving to their wives, they don't show a lot of affection, and the wife is complaining. Oftentimes I tell people that it's because the parents haven't done a good job from childhood. And when I say a good job, it's not to judge and say somebody is not parenting properly, because a lot of people have done their best from what they know. Now, if you have a husband and you're struggling, oh, he doesn't kiss me and cuddle me. Number one, you should have married him if that's what you wanted. However, in all honesty, some of them are fantastic actors. They are great before the time of marriage. And then you get into the marriage and they're emotionally bankrupt, nothing to give. You find that it comes oftentimes from their childhood. Have they been hugged? Were they given kisses? Were they allowed to cry? Were they allowed to express their emotions? Or were they typically told, be a man, you are a man, men don't cry, big boys don't do that, big boys don't do this, they don't play with certain types of toys, they don't act like girls. We begin to stereotype and we begin to define what we think a boy should be like, how we think a boy should act. So a lot of them, they bottle up their emotions. They can't say certain things that is bothering them because they're expected to be a man. So they carry on through life, struggles and challenges, bullying in the workplace, bullying in schools, secondary schools, bullying at home. They are unhappy, but they continue. And then they grow up, they get married, they have their wives, their girlfriends, their spouses, and their challenges. The wife is complaining. He's not loving. He doesn't get me flowers. He used to do this, but he has stopped. What was the background of that parent, of that husband? What was the background of the husband? Was he one that perhaps grew up without a lot of love? Maybe he grew up with in a stressed out home, with a single mom, with a single dad, so much pressure, no attention at home, nobody telling him he's doing a good job, so much demand and expectation from him that he possibly cannot even meet. You can't give what you don't have. So this man has grown up and doesn't have a lot to give to his wife. All he wants to do is have sex. He doesn't even know how to be romantic. He doesn't understand that before you get into the bedroom, it's a journey. It's not just when you get to the bedroom, it's time to have sex. That's not the way it works. Women, a lot of women anyway, we like the romance. We like all the activities that lead to all the other activities in the other room, as we say in Nigeria. So a man that doesn't have all those things, how is he going to give? Because he's emotionally wrecked, emotionally bankrupt. There's nothing there for him to give. So he would struggle. So I urge parents that as you're raising your sons, don't put too much pressure on them. It's all right for your son to cry. It's all right for your son to play with a doll if he wants to play with a doll. It's all right for your son to tell you how he's feeling. They have emotions, they are humans, and they want to communicate. Please stop judging your sons. Let them be men that can be vulnerable. In doing so, they can be vulnerable with their wives. If it's a man that was brought up in foster care, for example, they may not have been given a lot of love, for example. They may not have been given a lot of love, and they may struggle to give it back to their wives or even to their children. So there's a molding process that needs to go along the way. Now, they may not want to go and see a therapist because they may not understand it. They may not understand it. So it's a journey. You would have to be selfless. And if you're a Christian, you have to pray about it. You have to be selfless and consistently continue to show men like this a lot of love. And you must make sure that if you have children, especially sons, for men like this, you must do your best to ensure that the pattern does not repeat itself in your sons. Very, very important, because that is where the entitlement mentality comes from. A lot of them are made so hard, they're so tough, so they expect so much from women. And if a lot of them are not even well raised, there's this entitlement mentality, and if they don't get their way, they believe, oh, they must rape a woman, they must have their way if they can't get access to the body of a woman. So these are some of the little signs that we must put into consideration as we raise our sons. Very, very important. Allow your sons to be vulnerable. Ronke Poshe. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I have loads more to share with you. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.